Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review all the latest movies and TV shows from superheroes to comedies and many, many more. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment. Hit that notification button so you can always be up to date to our latest content. And plus, leave a thumbs up and some comments to show us some love. If you would, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, today, we are going to review the new Disney Plus series, Marvel's What If. Now, I've been reviewing 1 and 2, so now I'm going to review episode 3. So, just a fair warning, this is a spoiler review, so I will be spoiling the ending. So if you haven't seen the show yet or seen the series at all, go ahead, leave me a thumbs up, go watch it, come back and come listen to my little what do they like to call it, my opinion. And if you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. So let's get into it then. Aw, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So in episode 3, this is about what if the Avengers never assemble? Or in a darker way, what if the Avengers, get murdered? Well, they have a story for you. So, in episode 3, we find out that this is the movies that contain, let's see. Well, we know it's the Incredible Hulk, which it's the one with Ed Norton. And no, this is not Ed Norton. It's not in the show. Nor was I don't remember if Mark Ruffalo acting, but I don't think it was him. But if it was, it's fine. But if I am, let me know in the comments. It's also Thor 1, the first Thor movie, and Iron Man 2, and of course the Avengers movie, the first one. And this is obviously where Nick Fury's trying to recruit the Avengers. But this time, every time he tries to, the certain members get assassinated, get killed, get murked, whatever you want to call it. But we all find out at the end of the show that the main villain of this is Hank. Now, Hank Pym is the Yellow Jacket in this universe. So, and his main reason of Hank Pym just murdering all the Avengers is because Hope Van Dyne was killed by the Winter Soldier, aka Bucky, and he's out for revenge. Like he is so mad at Shield, he can't stand them. So he suited up in the Yellow Jacket, which you saw in Ant-Man the Wasp Girl movie. So this is like I said, what if Hank Pym was the main villain? Well, here you go. So the first thing he does, they start off where Tony Stark's in a giant donut hole of a sign in California, which I forget. I know it's a famous donut place in California, but I forgot the name. I apologize. But he's just chilling in there, and this is where, in the scene in Iron Man 2, Nick Fury and Black Widow hands Iron Man this like medicine to kind of delay the effect of the heart or the chest piece in Tony Stark's chest at the time, and it's kind of like they explain it's kind of like rust poisoning him, and it's really dangerous that the rust is poisoning him because it's close to his heart. So he's got to keep that kind of contained. But instead of him taking it, Hank Pym shrinks down, sits in it, goes in the tube, and just assassinates Tony Stark. Like, kills him. And, Black Widow and Nick Fury can't figure it out. Like, why are all these people dying? But it gets so sick and dark. Like, the one that blew my mind was the Incredible Hulk. He just blew up, like popped. And what happened was the Hulk was getting ready to, Hulk up, but Hank Pym got really small and got on a bullet that went through the glass. It's like a, and what I like about this, it's they drew it like the same college where the Incredible Hulk movie was shot with Ed Norton, and it's the same like it's like a hallway bridge that you just go to building to building, and it's all made out of like a glass, and you see the outside and all that, and obviously the bullet goes through. It goes through the Hulk, or not Hulk, but it's Bruce Banner at the moment, and he's gonna Hulk out. But Hank Pymp went in there, and as soon as he got Hulk, Hank Pymp threw those discs where you can either make a person or an item big or small. Well, he threw it at his heart, and his heart just went pop. So did the Hulk. So he was murdered, like bam, dead, gone. And of course, it was sad because what I like about this one, they had Betty. Like I said, they were staying to the Incredible Hulk movie with Ed Norton and kept the same scenes. And once again, I like to point out that that movie is still canon to the MCU, even in stage 4 at this point. So after that, they're trying to figure out who this was, and they obviously find out who it was. But another, what I like about that scene in this show so far is they finally showing the Watcher more, but it's like he's in the background, like you can see his eyes or face or whole body in the sky, or if they were driving, you saw like a shadow of the Watcher. So this one is indicating that this Watcher, I forget which Watcher it is, but this Watcher is probably going to be the one that's going to interfere in this Marvel series, which is okay for us because it'd be fun to watch. So I hope he does. So let's get in on that. Come on. Back to what I was saying is I also enjoyed the Loki scene where Thor got murdered by Hank Pym, but they made it look like it was Hawkeye. Hawkeye didn't mean to. He was holding the arrow, but he got him. So, but it wasn't even the arrow itself. It was actually just Hank Pym on the arrow went in his body and assassinating inside of him. So that's how that was done. But it was all Hank Pym. Now Loki's back to Earth, and he's out revenge for his brother Thor. Now this is where they start adding the Avenger movie, the first one. So in the Avenger movie, obviously Loki lost. He didn't take over Earth. He's not ruling the world. But in this one, he is ruling the world. He's the president. Like he changed the game. But before that, he helped Nick Fury take down Hank Pym and capture him and all that. So obviously Loki was up to no good and up to his tricks because Loki benefited out of that, knowing that now he knows how Hank Pym did it. So he probably got that technology now, and he has a whole army of Asgard. So in this one, he did win. He did take over Earth. Now the question is how does he keep it? I don't think he'd be the ruler of Earth very long. I think he'd be the one taken down by you never know, like somebody like Thanos, or if they're going to continue a different version of the Avengers, that's most likely it's going to be an Avengers team up on Loki, and they'll take him down. I don't think Loki's like the main final villain throughout the whole series. So, but if it makes more sense if they just did your Avengers team up. But I could be wrong. They could go sideways on me, and Loki is it. You know, this show just is what this one. This one I think is better than episode 1 and 2 because in this one, in episode 3, they went a little bit deeper. They took a little bit more risk and changing it up. Of still, they've been playing it safe with the what ifs. This one, they just they hit us with a curveball, and I hope like this was just the beginning. Like maybe episode 1 and 2 is just like the slow pace. Now it's kind of like speeding up, and I think that in the next episode it's going to get much more exciting, and I think they're going to take more risk and more chances. But this one was like uh assassinating all the original Avengers members before they even have a chance to team up. That's what I'm talking about, as and I was hoping they would go somewhere that way, like somewhere dark. And like for example, it's Hulk just exploding up is not it wasn't blood or nothing. It was like a green dust or something. But that's pretty dark for a Disney Plus Marvel series per se. I mean, we can argue and say certain episodes in other Marvel shows that have been recent out have dark moments, but I think this one took the cake. Obviously, another like I said, I also just enjoy the different views of doing this. Like they didn't change it up too much. You know, like Bucky is still the Winter Soldier. You know, Tony Stark's still Iron Man. Bruce Banner's still the Hulk. You know, Natasha is still Black Widow. You know, nothing too different. Loki's still Loki, obviously, but this one they weren't like, hey, this in this universe, Loki does take over Earth, and he is like President Loki, and it had me thinking like, what if like this is the President Loki that we saw in the Loki series on the Disney Plus series. Like when Loki gets vanished. Spoiler alerts if you haven't seen the Loki show. This is where like Loki gets vanished to the void from the TVA, and he meets that other variants of Loki. Well, there was a Loki who was the president, and I'm thinking, oh man, what if that is the Loki in this Marvel What If, and he's from that because they are Marvel is kind of teasing that some of these characters that you're seeing in the Marvel What If will show up in a live action, and they're kind of referring to Peggy Carter. But I would like them to confirm that if this was the President Loki from the Loki TV series on Disney Plus, that'd be really cool. I think that would really get us like okay, give us an idea like okay, this is how it's canon. Like I get it now for the hardcore fans and the casual superhero viewing Marvel movie TV show viewers. You know, if those even exist now, I think they're just part of everybody's life in some type of way. So I don't know, but anyway, I just enjoy the like this I wouldn't say the music because it wasn't really like episode one, but it was you know your basic background music in a Marvel movie. So I can't really talk about that, but the graphics to it, to the animation is as good as the first two. Really like it. It's much different from a Star Wars animation series. That's like it's more. I think it's better looking, better drawn, better animated than the Star Wars Bad Batch. I'm not saying Star Wars Bad Batch is a bad show. I like the show, but if I was going to compare graphics to graphics, Marvel's What If's graphics are a little bit better than the Star Wars Bad Batch. So I really enjoying the animation of. I really like how at the end, uh, you know, Nick Fury, he always has a backup plan to his backup plan to his backup plan, and you know, obviously Captain Marvel was his ace in the sleeve or one of his backup plans. So we get down there. Nick Fury and Captain Marvel in the frozen, abandoned like airplane or flight carrier flight, and you see a frozen cube with Captain America's shield. Now, if you're going off episode one, they did it where Captain Peggy Carter is the new captain, Captain Carter. So I don't know if this is Steve Rogers, but there is the Captain America shield. We know it exists, but is it Steve Rogers? I guess I could say yeah, it could be Steve Rogers. But if you want to go off by one of my theories that I'm about to share, because we're getting into the theory section of my of this podcast, is one of my theories was I think that's somebody else. Like I think it's John Walker. Yep, I think that's John Walker that's frozen in that ice cube. I just don't know how, but I think the fact that they said they're only using like already introduced characters. So John Walker to me is technically an already introduced character because uh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out first. So I was gonna go off by that theory. I definitely think that that could be John Walker in there. I also my other theory is that I think Hydra has taken over Shield, and they're bowing down to Red Skull, and I think Red Skull and Loki are working together, and they're both ruling the world or Earth. So I could see them two teaming up. That's a cool theory. I hope happens. Why do I think that John Walker? I think because like I know in the trailer they show Killmonger saving Tony Stark, so obviously he's kind of like the good guy. Um, so if Peggy Carter is Captain Carter and Steve Rogers is flying the Iron Man suit, then it only means that John Walker could, in this universe, done the Steve Rogers story, the same story as Steve Rogers, skinny kid, wasn't good enough to join the army, and they gave him a chance, and maybe somebody made a super soldier serum again and found the ingredients to make it and gave it to John Walker at some point, and maybe he just got frozen. You never know, but I think John Walker is in that ice cube. That's my theory. And then my last theory is I believe that if they continue this episode, I believe that Thanos could come down and battle Loki, army against army. I wonder who would win, but I think Thanos is going to come down and battle Loki over Earth. So I think that. But who knows? Who knows? Not obviously these episodes are not. They're not really connecting to each other yet, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure the next episode or something could, I don't know, like show us that yeah, these episodes are connected to each other, which they are. They are. But it just it's not obvious, or there's no team up with the characters yet. So, and I'm sure in time they will. So, uh, it looks like even though I make those theories, I just think that I wouldn't be surprised if they don't continue those stories. Maybe in season 2, but you know, like this episode 3 is about if the Avengers didn't assemble. The next one is about Doctor Strange. So, it might have nothing. They're not going to touch upon what Nick Fury and Captain Marvel are doing at this moment, or Carol Daniels. So, that's okay though, because hopefully at some point they'll touch upon it and, you know, make us go, oh wow, I didn't know, I should have saw that coming, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So I trust Marvel will do that. If I had to give this 1 out of 10, definitely gonna give this a perfect 10, because the reason why, like I said, is they went above and beyond and they hit us with the curveball. Like, they weren't playing it safe. I mean, they were kind of playing it safe, but they were pushing the envelope a little bit, and I'm okay with that. So it gives me hope that the next episodes coming ahead in the future, they're gonna be a little bit more risque. I'm not expecting like Deadpool or the X-Men. I wish, but I'm expecting a little bit different. What if version. So it's gonna get good. I'm enjoying the show, guys. It's great. So that's all. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you can always be up to date. And thank you for listening. Peace out.